So I know it's been a little while. It's been, what is it, 5 days or so, and to be fair, it's mostly that either I've been really tired or I don't feel that I've had the, what's the word, privacy, or not exactly that either, but calmness around me to do it. Because mostly it's during the evenings I can, and a few days now I've been really tired and sleepy, so I just gone to bed and thought you guys have to wait because my health goes above updating you all. But since the last time, and I rechecked the video just so I could go back and check, and it was the stitches. It's much better now. I don't need a pillow to prop up my stomach, which I did for a while, a very thin like couch cushion just to prop up the stomach, especially when I'm laying on this side, my left, because it kind of hurt. It doesn't do that as much anymore, and I don't feel it much. It was really the stitches. They feel so much better now, but I really like having the band-aids on, because the day I went without them, they kind of, it felt like they were pulling and made them worse. Like they got really ugly really fast, so I put on the cotton band-aid again and pulled it up a bit, like essentially a facelift for my scars, and they look much better today. So I'm gonna sleep without them and put them on again tomorrow, probably after I've had my shower, because it's time to shower. And as I said, the day after the stitches I had half a boiled egg, a half of soft boiled egg mashed together with caviar, which I'm gonna show you right here. Hold on. So that's caviar. It's very popular. It comes in a tube, as you can see. It's extremely popular here in Sweden, and it's really good with eggs. So I mixed that together and had it, and I was like, just half an egg. That's nothing. And I was so full. Oh, holy shit. I felt like after eating that half-boiled egg, which was heaven, I loved it very much. But imagine you've been to like a buffet and stuffed your face more than you know you can handle. It was so filling that I didn't know where to do, or what to do, or where to go, because it was so extremely filling. And it's such a weird sensation to know, because the eye doesn't mean the brain and the stomach at the same time. It's like, dude, this half-boiled egg, you can't eat a whole egg. I was like, I'm gonna eat the whole egg. No, I had the other half later for lunch, I think. And I then did my favorite thing with eggs, which is a tuna salad. I will post the recipe in the link below because it's so easy to do. Even my mum that really dislikes fish, likes it. That's a good recipe. Which to the extent that I made a big batch, and we've been eating that for a couple of days. I need to make more now soon, but it's so delicious and it's easy. And after that I had the second day after that, so 4 days ago now, 4 or 3, I had knäckebröd, which is cracking bread. Hard to translate. It's usually called hard bread, which is, it's hard to explain to non-Swedish or Scandinavian people, but essentially it's like, imagine a tortilla, but it's ordinary dark bread ish, or nacho. It's like a cracker, but it's bread. It's hard to explain, but here comes a picture of it so you understand better what it is. knäckebröd. It's also a very Swedish thing. After that we had some soup, which my mom then pureed for me because it had chunks, which is called Ingemot, which not many people know. It's essentially a stewed vegetable soup. It's really cheap, and it's like you boil some vegetables and milk, and then you add a slurry of an egg slurry into it, so it becomes thick, and it's done. Voila! It's really simple and really filling, and it's one of my favorite foods. So we did that, and it was really delicious. After that, we had pancakes. I was so happy because it's like normal food. Though, to be fair, Swedish pancakes is nothing like American pancakes. American pancakes are thick and fluffy, while Swedish pancakes are more like crepes, or they're really paper thin and a bit more eggy, I would say. It's really nice. I had some ice cream with it, and I lived on that for the day. But it was so delicious. The only thing was that I had 3 pancakes, I think. I think it was 2 or 3, and it was too much. Because I ate a little bit too fast, so I didn't feel when my stomach was getting full. And then I was so stuffed, so extremely stuffed, that I was just like, I'm really tired. I'm just gonna go take a nap. Because I am, after all, healing, and I need to accept that. So I'm gonna take a nap. And I did that around 5 p.m. and I woke up at around 2 a.m. because my stomach was growling, because I hadn't had like, I think 3 or 2 meals, and so it was hungry. The mini stomach demanded sacrifice, so I went up and got another pancake. Lesson not learned. And then I couldn't sleep, and at 5 a.m. I got up again and got another pancake. And then I think around there somewhere I fell asleep in a voice call. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm sorry, C. I'm sorry, Haley. But it was so soothing to hear other people that I just was tuckered out and fell asleep. What does my cheat sheet say? Yeah, also that my the whole thing with drinking and such. I mean, I can drink, and I've done some experimentations, like I've taken intentionally big gulps just to push the boundary, and I can tell I can't sweep a whole glass. It hurts. It's like it's pushing there's some sort of tension, and it hurts. So I can't, but I can take normal sips. I just have to wait a bit further in between, where I can take really small sips and take more sips, which feels, it's gonna sound weird, but more fulfilling and more thirst quenching when you take small sips in like increments, than taking a big gulp and having to sit there and wait for it to go down. I'm also very much more keenly aware, especially when it's in between meals and I'm starting to get hungry, and I have a really cold drink, because I can really feel it all the way down until it settles in the stomach in a whole completely different way than I ever did before. It's so weird, and it makes me shiver every single time. Also, I went and got my car yesterday. I have a car. And I will post a picture here. So that's my car. As I said in the last video, it's a Ford Focus 1.8 TDCA something. And it's flex fuel, so if I want I can have ordinary gasoline with ethanol Currently it's just running on gasoline because why not? And I have been out today. We've been to IKEA to get me some stuff. I feel so poor now. Ugh. But it's nice because mostly the stuff is just for the new apartment and a few things that I really wanted. And I also went to get a new memory card so I can fix my mom's computer because I needed to have a new installation of Windows. So I need that for the installation file. And then I also got a FM sender that's connected by Bluetooth so I can play stuff on my phone to the system of the car, which is really nice because then I can play my own music. I don't have to worry about essentially radio stations and such because I usually don't care for them. So that's been, and we also got some anti-rust stuff. I don't know what it's called. No idea. I'm just buying it and nodding to my stepfather who's teaching me how to care for it. And also I don't know the English names either. We also got some clear spray thingy that you put on top. All we need now is the proper color so it will blend in more easily, but we'll look into that tomorrow and start prepping. And it also needs to be clean inside. It is fairly clean, it's just that not thoroughly cleaned. There's a little bit of dust here and there, there's some smudges, and underneath the seats and such there's crumbs and stuff. So we're gonna take a real good cleaning. But also being at IKEA today, I had my first, I would say, a proper meal, because it feels more like a normal meal in the way that it's made. Because at IKEA it's fairly cheap to eat there and it's really good. So it's not bad food in any sort of way, it's really good. So I decided that I would have a kid's portion of meatballs with a bit of mash and some peas. I will show you exactly what my plate looked like, because I posted it on my Facebook. It was like, this is the new adventure, will I handle it? So here it is. Yeah, so 5 meatballs. I was like, this is so tiny, this is ridiculous. And it's like, kids meal like that is 29 SEK. It's around $2.9, $2.5. It's not a lot at all. With the coffee and some to drink, I think it was like 10 or 20 extras. Not even that, it's extremely cheap. But I could have all the peas, 3.5 meatballs, and half the mash, and then I was full. So full that I felt like this is on the edge of eating too much, but I was so hungry. Like, we had been pushing it just to get to that point so we would be done, rushing here and there between the stalls. And then I was standing in the queue holding the wagon with the trays, and my mom looked at me like, "You're having a cold sweat, aren't you?" And I was just dripping, like, I was shaking. I was really bad. And it wasn't that I felt hungry, I just felt really bad. And like having a pressure against the Adam's apple, I'm not sure what it's called, but the ball that's hidden in here somewhere. Like, it's having a pressure against here, and just getting the feeling of getting really low blood sugar, really just getting down there. I wasn't feeling good at all. And I was like, okay, lesson number 100 learned. I can't push it like I used to. Because I mean, back in the day I would have a cup of coffee when I got up, and then I could wander the whole day with my coffee, because I always have a thermos that's half a liter of coffee with milk. And around maybe 8, 7 in the evening, I would realize that I haven't eaten today. And now it's like, I feel weird. What's wrong? What's wrong? And it's, oh, yeah, maybe I need to eat. Yeah, that's it. And then we rushed around at IKEA, and I got more than I had on my list, but it's stuff that I need. It's not bad stuff in any kind of way. It's just a little more than I had planned. And I said last time I'm not really itching to know my weight, and I haven't until now because I'm still feeling better. The only thing I noticed at IKEA, because I lifted a new computer chair, and it was too heavy for me. I could really feel it hurting inside, and it wasn't the scars or anything. It was somewhere deep inside that said no. So I know that that the lift was too heavy for me, and I started to cold sweat and done again. But I got the chair. It's a good chair. But I'm kind of itching. I'm starting to itch to know, has anything happened or has it been too slow? And also, like, now that I have to eat more and noticing I need to eat to feel good, it made me realize that my relationship with food is really bad in a way. And I think it's because I've been told most of my life to diet, eat less, all the typical things you tell a person that's not helpful at all. So if you tell a person eat less, it can actually be quite hurtful and harmful of all. Since I have been having an eating disorder and to the verge of anorexia, but since I was fat, nobody cared. And now it's under control. It's much better. Otherwise, I would have gotten this surgery, but it's undiagnosed also. So I've just been honest with my doctors about it. And the thing is that when I sit down to eat, because now I know, especially with the meatball thing, that it's a tiny ass stomach. It is tiny. But when I have yogurt, for example, or soup, it feels like a normal size, or even when it comes to yogurt, a large bowl. It doesn't feel like I'm having a small portion at all. And realizing that this is what fits in a tiny stomach, I have unintentionally been starving myself whenever I had breakfast or in between meals or a snack when it comes to yogurt and those kind of small stuff, because I've been told to eat less. So I usually have a really tiny bowl compared to what I am supposed to have, and it feels really weird that is how I interpret the food that's placed in front of me, that is too much when it's actually not. And when I look at the plate of more solid foods, it's small, but it's more that the size feels ridiculous than it's too little to eat. It's just very odd. And I also noticed that the habit of not eating is really hard to break. So I wish in beforehand that perhaps that I would have prepped more before the fluids to start eating slowly and more consistently than but I also think that the fluids did their help of work. They taught me some tools that are really good, like washing something, because I can't just sit and eat a meal in peace unless I have a very good conversation. But just sit down and eat, I eat too fast because there's nothing else to occupy me. And I know a lot of the books that I have read and like videos and such says that you're not supposed to watch TV or anything in between because you go on autopilot and just scoffs. I think that's more like an individual thing. For me, it helped watching something because I don't go into autopilot because I know that it has a purpose, sort of. Same with checking my phone, so I just look extremely rude checking my phone while eating, because I need to slow down. Otherwise I'm just gonna sit there and stuff myself and eat too fast, and then I will get sick and everything. So yeah, it is a really large change, and it's a really large routine change. And when they say, like, they tell you beforehand, it is life changing, this is your new life, and you listen and you think you got it, but you don't. And most people that have done this says you don't understand until you are there, and that is true. It's very much true that there's small things, because I try to think of all these things, but some things don't show up until you are at that spot, and that is the way with all things in life. But I really feel that a lot of things that I thought I was prepared for, I'm not. And it's like, especially like tips and tricks for feeling how you are hungry, and the signs that you can have, because it's also hard because they are so extremely different for everybody. Like, I feel the thing with my throat. My mom doesn't really notice it at all. Somebody said that they get a headache behind their eyes. Somebody get sour burps. I mean, there's so many different things, but it would have been nice with like a symptom list, so to speak, to have a little bit of understanding to recognize, because it doesn't feel like I'm hungry. It feels like the minute stomach is hungry, like I place it outside of myself, even though it's me. But it's hard to say that I am hungry, because I don't feel hungry. I just feel that the minute stomach is hungry and my body is craving it. So the brain hasn't connected fully with the stomach. They're not on the same wavelength currently. So it is different. So yeah, there's a lot. I think we will have more unbundling when I get home and can do videos more frequently in peace and quiet. Most of my stuff also is moved to the new apartment thanks to Tubby and Emily. I didn't expect them to move as much as they have. I didn't expect them to move anything at all, but they've been such sweethearts that I have moved almost everything already, and is gonna try and move as much as possible for me when I get home, and it's really sweet, really sweet of them. So I will probably be in my new apartment really quickly. I know my computer is packed up there, so maybe this system will have to work for a little bit more until it's all plugged in and everything, but it's fine. So yeah. Now I think I will either go to bed, I'm not quite sure, or I will mess with Mom's computer now that I got it. I'm tempted to. Well, we'll see. This will be it for now. I will see you again soon, hopefully before I leave. So I give you a closer update than this. It wasn't my intention, but as I said, things come up. I was tired and there was things just happening. We've been doing stuff, which is great because it's exercise and walking, but also I've been really tired and pretty much indulged in The Spanish Princess on HBO. That shit's good. So yeah, TV stole you a bit part and sleep. I also got new makeup today. It's a bit messy of the full day, but a little bit fancy because I wanted to. So that's it for today. I hope you're all having a great time. And if there is any questions, don't hesitate to ask. They can be very private, I don't mind. If it's too private, I will just say I don't want to answer. Otherwise, I will pretty much answer almost anything because I feel that it's good to have questions, and I feel it's good that I get a chance to educate people, even if it's just friends and family. But if anybody would like drop in years later and see this and have either that they feel that they have some sort of that they can identify with me, I don't mind questions them either, because then I will have gotten further and I can look back at it, what I am now and what I am then. So questions is always good. So if you have any, just pop them and I will try to answer them next time. So that's it. Bye bye.